Hi there. I think it's been a while since I've made a video, and boy, did I know I was making a video today. Whoa, so much has been going on. Backing way, way, way up to the third Sunday in May, I was told during a Zoom call that I was disappearing. Everybody in my universe knew this. We didn't know what it meant. We can't know. All I know is I told everybody, it's like I got this guidance that I'm disappearing and shared it with my family, shared it with all of my acquaintances, everybody in my world. And now, October 28th, I woke up this morning. I realized how I virtually have disappeared from the lives of everyone that I've been connected to. I've been planted now on the Oregon coast, and I have a small community that I'm plugging into, and I'm not sure if it's sticking, but it's like I know this is where I've been sent to start over for so many reasons. But so I have completely disappeared. Thank goodness for social media. So there's slight conversation between me and a few people, but it's one of those things I feel like, and I can't describe it. I'm actually going to send this to my Marias. I've got two Marias I'm going to ask for them to try and figure this out. It's like, I feel like I'm floating in a dimension I feel like the only thing I see is kind of like the ozone layer. So I feel like I'm between dimensions, and I don't know what this means, but I'm in this world and not of it. I've heard that before, and I feel like I'm living it, but I can't describe it. So I have completely disappeared. So in my life, it is Cari. That's it. I've had a few tiny acquaintances coming and going, and I've had some really magnificent things showing up for me as well. And these magnificent things show up for me to school me, man, to like really show me and help educate me on life as human on this planet. So I'm pretty much, the way I saw it too in a vision is like, I've got a brand new deck of cards. It's like untouched by anything. It's like I get to start over every day, brand new, authentically as who I am. And it's like, and that's all I do. It's like I try to come from a space of love and caring. And if I see a light in somebody that needs to be illuminated, I try and shine light. And that's all I'm here to do. So that is what my role is. So I've got this brand new deck, and I'm here, and it's like, okay, point me, where do I go? And I'm ready to go. So in this new space, and this is something that's really become apparent for me, and I'm so proud that I have taken the steps and put one foot in front of the other as I have to get to this space to where I can honestly say, after the events that took place yesterday, you can get to a space in life to where you are not broken at all. The most devastating thing can like be pushed right in front of your face, and there's like whoop. And this happened yesterday. It was like my world was going along swimmingly. Everything is beautiful. And then all of a sudden whoop, it was like a text message that was not meant for me. Oopsie, came to me. But this is how my life works. So I saw this message, and at that moment, I had the keys to my car because I was going to go meet my friend Terry for lunch. And at that moment, because I'm human, and I see this message, and I'm like, oh God, no, I need to cancel. And I'm like, no, I just literally like, wait for it. Wait for it. I was like, okay. I'm like, I guess I'm going to go share this message with Terry. And I realized when I got this message, it's like, it was a sucker punch. Oh, it was a sucker punch for sure. But I was like, okay. It's like, okay, course correct. It's just at this space to where I'm floating now. It's like, I've been through all of the crap that this planet had to dole out. And I know I still go back to when my daughter said, Mom, you can't know what it's like to be depressed. Just like, you can't know that I've been there and lived that for 35 years. I was not a functioning person. I was not healthy. I was a victim. I blamed everybody. My world was not my responsibility because everybody had my power. And that's how I was. Everybody drove my bus. I handed them the keys to my bus and I sat in the back seat and I let everybody ruin my life. And that's what we do because we hand our power over to everybody else. And so since I've taken that power back and you realize that you can get into the driver's seat of your bus, it can't affect me ever again. I know that I am in charge of my destiny. I am in charge of my happiness. If I am not happy for whatever reason, I chose it. We all do. We pick our pity parties and we lie in them. It's a choice. We can be a victim and we can lay there and say, I have no say in my life. Or we pull up our big girl and boy panties and we have a say in our life. All right, so to get to this point, the story that I want to share today, it's about my book. And this story is not in the book. All of this stuff happened after the story in the book, but it's quite telling. And I think it's really important to share this story today. So the man that my book is about, when I met him, which I didn't know right out of the gate, but he was dead man walking. And so when we met, when we had our conversation in person, which was not a lot, it was like everything that he said came from his heart. It came from his soul. And that grabbed every part of me. I was not used to hearing anybody come from here because everybody comes from here about, I don't even need to go there. Everything you hear is about that. This man, he had lived with Native Americans for years, and he just picked up their love of the planet and their love of life and their love of caring and nurturing family and each other and just taking care of Gaia, taking care of us first, because if we don't, there's nothing left. So he was salt of the earth. I'm just like, just getting to know him and talking to him, I was like, who couldn't love somebody like that? Was he like this always? Have I been like this always? No, we change. We go through so many different compartments to our life. There's no way we can ever be the same person, ever, because we are here to evolve. And as we're evolving, we become more who we are here and what we're supposed to be. So long after Alden dies, I hear from who I think is his estate attorney. And they're looking for his passwords. And they think potentially I have his passwords, this girl that he met that he never even touched fingertips with. I'm like, no, but so we had just some communication. And her name was Betsy. And so Betsy and I were in touch. It was lightly, and I couldn't help her. We were all good. And then way down the road, fast forward to November of last year, and Betsy reaches out to me and she said, I just wanted to let you know that the family and friends, everybody was present as we laid Alden to rest. He died in July. He died. It's like in November. So I was like, and first of all, I'm thinking, why is this estate attorney contacting me? And why was she even at the funeral? And then the conversation went back and forth because she sent me his Instagram. She said he had some songs or something that he did on Instagram. And then I'm like, just curious question. So just wondering how you happen to, I don't even remember the conversation. She said, oh, he wrote that song on our way to somewhere like 30 years ago. I'm like, like, how'd you know him? She's like, oh, I was his wife for 30 years. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm new girl that has never been with him, but I'm talking to wife from Massachusetts from long ago, ex-wife. So it was just weird, but it was like, okay. And I'm just like, whatever. And so then it got interesting because she saw me and she knew I was writing a book about this man that I saw, yes, dead man walking, but I saw him from who he is and was. And guess what? I saw him through my lens from being in complete surrender and giving it up to the universe, to God, and saying, give me clarity. I was wide open to receive anything that God was willing to send. And God put this man before me. And I made this connection and I got to know him before he died. And so the book and the story that I have about him is just of his beauty, of his nature, of his soul. And so I'm in conversations with the ex-wife. And there's a song we're talking about that I might have if this is ever made into a love story, a movie, whatever, about a dead man. And so then she starts getting interesting and she started saying, but you don't really know him. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And she actually did a couple emails to her. She sent me links to things on YouTube and other things. And I just deleted the messages. And I saw her coming at me from this anger, saying, you don't understand. He is not this man that you think he is. You're putting him up on this pedestal. You're making him this amazing thing, but he's not. What she doesn't understand is where I am, is where he was. And I see her as a woman that was married to a man. She got married, I don't know, 20s. They were married 30 years. And this is 35. I don't even know how many years later. And she's coming at saying how he was such a disappointment, how he let her down because he did not live up to what she needed him to be. Do I need to say anything more? Everything is black and white here. We come into a partnership, a couplehood, a relationship, anywhere. We come in as two individuals thinking, this is it. This is it for life. And then you get together like John and I did. And when I met him, he was here. I was here. When we met, I was going up. He was going sideways. Looking back at the story, it's like, ooh, I outgrew that story, but we're in the middle of the story, so we can't see it. We come together as two people with wonderful, grandiose ideas of how the world is supposed to look, and then we start living. And we start evolving. We evolve individually, which we're supposed to evolve individually. But unfortunately, most of us don't, because we get in this coupledom thing. And I will be the first to admit, I got into coupledom and I started saying, I always said yes to things I wanted to say no to. We lose who we are when we couple up because we think, because of beliefs, what we've been taught our entire lives on what you're supposed to be doing, who you're supposed to report to, who is in charge. We have these beliefs that I have to do this with this person. And we get so muddled. We get so sick. We start getting sick. We start having disease. We start feeling like shit because we're so out of alignment with who we are, what we're supposed to be doing. And this is where I swear to God, I say, don't couple up. Don't couple up, because people expect so much from the other person in this life. You're supposed to fill my holes. You're supposed to patch me up. No, they're not. We're supposed to patch our own holes. We're supposed to evolve and grow into whatever it is we came here to become. But we get so lost in the beliefs because very young, we're told, couple up, 2.5 children, this school, this apartment, this kind of countertop, this kind of countertop. You have to, we're told what we're supposed to have, and we get so lost on what we just feel this like, oh no, it's because we're not in alignment with who we are and what we feel to our core. And when we start going toward that thing that feels right toward us, when we feel like, oh, this is it, and everything is spinning, your chakras are buzzing, your energy centers are all working wonderfully, you feel so good. And then people come at you, but you need to be, I need to, it's like, they pull you right back out and you lose sight of who you are. And I know it sounds selfish, but simply, and this is the thing I want to bash heads together, do the frickin' math. If you and I say we're the only two people on this entire planet and we get in a room and we try to please each other, and I try to do for you, try to do for me. Okay, how about if we stay in that same room and you go over there and I'll go over there, and let me find what makes me happy, and you find what makes you happy, and you do that and I'll do it. And then we're two freaking happy people because we found our own center. We're not trying to plug something into another person that isn't who they are. And that is all we do as people, is we're trying so hard to say, you need to do this for me to be happy. And then we are lost. You need to make you happy. Nobody can make you happy but you. You expect people to do it all the time, but it's not their job. Their job is to find their happy space. Every single person, if every one of us took a week away in silence and thought, what makes me happy? And you don't think about the guy that you really hope is there when you get back. You think about what completes me, what fulfills my happiness, because that is all that matters. If we all took that minute to find what makes us happy and we actually allowed ourselves to feel it, like, ooh, I'm like totally an artist, but I want to do math. I mean, we don't know because we're so told what we're supposed to think by everybody from the moment we are born onto this planet. But that's not why we are here. We are not here to please each other. So here Betsy is hoping to God that she can diminish Alden in my eyes. And immediately it told me that no, I saw who he was from the lane I am in right now. And that is the story I'm going to tell. And she will never let go of this story, the lane she was in when he devastated her, when he wasn't all that he should have been, that they promised 30 years prior, because we can't be. We can't be. Because if we are, we're lying when we say we can. Hello, have you heard Meatloaf Paradise by the Dashboard Light? It's not possible. We are fluid. We're supposed to be moving through life and finding our story and get through stories. And when we're in the middle of a story, especially when it starts feeling icky, like I don't feel I have control, there is a light somewhere. Find that light, get the hell out of that story, and then look back at it, lift the roof off of it, look at it and see you and your part. And you'll see, oh, God, I was stuck. What was I thinking? You have to come from an outside perspective. You have to look from an outside lens, or you stay stuck in your stories. Our comfort zone is that thing that we live within, and it sucks. It's like, it's icky because it's like, okay, I'm this man and I'm with this woman who I don't want to be with. And I've got these kids, they've got these expectations, and I'm not happy here. But if I push my comfort zone a little and I just stretch out and maybe go find something that makes me happy, no, I can't do that. Got to pull back in. But if we push and we just see that something shiny that we think might be, say we're rebuilding a boat, we just see something that makes us happy. And so we go do that thing. And we feel happy. We feel like, I'm on my path. I'm on my path now. And it feels right. And you don't want to get off of it, but your story keeps saying, hello. Your story keeps calling you back because you've got your feet stuck in that story because you were told somewhere along the line, that is your responsibility to be in that story. And you have to stay there till death do you part, whatever your story is. You've got to stay stuck in your story. And that's bullshit. We are here to evolve. How many stories have I evolved from? How many friends of mine are going to see this that don't have me in their life anymore for now, because I'm evolving and they know this is a fluid thing. My highly evolved friends, they're sitting there cheering me on because they know I am being pulled, zooped up to God knows what, but I'm following it. This is such a touchy topic because this is the answer to everything in our world. But it's the one thing that people can't take seriously. And I just have in closing a story of how it affected my life personally and how people are trying so hard to say, hey, I want you to hear me. I want you to know who I am. But we say, no, that's not who you are. When my daughter was young, late elementary school, we traveled with another family a lot. We did ski trips and different vacations, and they only had a boy and we had a girl. And so it was one of our ski trips to Canada, Sun Peaks probably. And we're all sitting around the table. We go to this restaurant. We're all sitting around having our wine and our burgers or whatever. And my daughter announces to the table, my ex is at the table, says, Dad, I don't want to play baseball anymore. And at the time, it was just kind of like, it was like so out of left field. It was like, whoa, where'd that come from? And so we're all like acknowledging it, like, whoa, you know, and we chatted a little about baseball and we moved on. My daughter was a jock. She really was. She was really good at baseball, good at all of her sports, not tall, but scrappy. And it didn't dawn on me until after we got home and the days and weeks go by that I see my ex prodding on her how much she needs to play baseball because that's his world. He's coaching with two of his buddies and he loves it. She didn't want to play. And when I got wind of this, well, clearly she never played baseball again. But this is our problem in life. Like, you do this, it'll make me happy. Go find your own freaking happiness. Your kids don't owe you. Nobody owes you happiness. I have been through hell, literal virtual hell, in my childhood, all through my life. And now I put on my big girl panties, and you can't hurt me. You can't break me, because I choose to never be a coward again and be stronger than shit, because that's who I am. It's a choice. It's a choice to not be weak. It's a choice to stand up for yourself and to try and stand up for others. But everybody I'm encountering that I'm trying to help, I guess this will be my closing. This is huge. There's so many people that I've encountered that I see they have these beautiful blessings, these gifts that are dying to come out or come back out. And so I do all I can to shine the light on that thing that is theirs. And there's this one in particular that I'm devastated. It's somebody who has so much talent and just waiting for their music to flow through them, authentically through them. And they see me as their answer, that I need to be the answer, that I will be the music. I will open the music and I will play it. I'll participate in as many things as I can, but I need to shine the light on you for you to look at that thing and think, oh my God, I have a gift. I need to bring this gift back, or I need to bring this gift out for the first time ever. That's what I'm here to do. I cannot be there and bring you the gift and then stay there and light it for you. I plant seeds. That's all I can do, because so many seeds need to be planted. If I stayed and sowed every seed I planted, if everybody, all my light worker friends, if that's all they did, we'd never get anywhere. Take what we give you, the little seed that we sprinkle, just water it as we move on, and then we will watch you grow, and we will see you as you've grown. But don't count on us, the light workers, to be the ones that can save you, because we can't. If we aren't keeping ourselves strong, if we aren't lifting ourselves up constantly, who's here to do it? It's a hard enough job to do this for ourselves. And especially somebody coming from the capacity where I am, to where I've been a hermit basically since 2017. And I'm finally stepping out and I'm putting my toe in at the human level, not as a cosmic. For the longest time, it was just me and my friends and talking the woo-woo stuff. And I needed that, because I entered this universe that I loved and I didn't understand. But then I was pulled through this tunnel to where I disappeared, because they're there for me. But now I'm back on Earth, where the people are, where I can help touch lives. You people make this really, really challenging. You have no idea. Life is supposed to be fun and simple and not taking so seriously. Everything we do is supposed to be with childlike wonder and fun and exploration, and just looking through the eyes of a child in everything you do. That's how I'm going to live the rest of my life. And that's the light I'm going to try and shine on everybody. Just stop expecting other people to lift you or for you to lift them. You don't need to be in a partnership, because partnerships are what kills us. It's that expectation, like, you owe me. You said I will for the rest of your life. No, we didn't. We didn't know what we were doing, because none of this is real until we realize. Think of how smart you were at 12, 16, 21, or when you got married. We evolve, people. You can blame anybody you want as long as you want, but we're here to evolve. So you can either sit back and blame others for your sadness, or that your little world isn't everything you hoped it would be, or you could pull up your big girl panties and big boy panties and have a freaking phenomenal life. It's a choice. Choose. That's all I got.